Right. Next, we'll go into the tabletop position. There's ants all over my mat. All right, so again, a key to all of these positions is a nice sturdy base. So what we want to do here is keep our wrists underneath our shoulders, and our elbow points, where you get your blood drawn, is rotated inward to go straight ahead. So they're pointed straight ahead. Your index finger points forward, your thumb comes into kind of not an L, but it points to the opposite corner of your mat. And we have a nice wide grip in our hands. We're clawing through the fingertips because we want to put so much support in our hands right here, so much support in our base, and we claw through our fingertips to get the tension, to get the weight off of our wrists, because for beginners, wrists are pretty weak probably. So it's really hard to get wrist strength if you don't practice yoga often, if you're not on your hands often. So they're probably pretty sore. And what we want to release that tension, we press into our fingertips, we press into all of our fingers, and we try and put as much energy as we can, so as much force in our palms, in our fingertips as we can to support us in this position. All right, 1 second, let me check. Yeah, okay, we're good. All right, so when you've got the hands down, we're gonna focus on the feet, on the knees. So many ants. Problems with doing yoga outside. Pros, beautiful. Cons, bugs, ants, car alarms. If you live in South Central, police cars, helicopters, random people yelling on the streets. Okay, anyway, so we got our hands here, and our knees want to be under our hip points. Not too far, not too narrow, not too wide, not too narrow, but comfortably under our hip points. And our feet, tops of our feet want to press into the yoga mat firmly. So we have enough strength in our hands, our palms, our fingertips, our wrists, and our feet. They're equally using as much force so that we could, if we wanted to, press into the tops of our feet and lift off into our hovering table, let's say. We can lift off and hover our knees over our mat. That's how much energy goes into this tabletop position. And then, we move as we sink our belly and look up. We move into a cow pose. Whatever, they're both animals and they both start with a C. Does it really matter? Yes, it does. Okay, our elbows are turned in, and we breathe in this position, and we wag our cow tail, and we chew on some cud, and we go moo. I'm having a little too much fun. These are like baby ants here. They're not full-grown ants, they're just babies. Whatever. Okay, and the opposite way is, cat. So what we do is we squeeze our navel in towards our spine, starting from the core. We squeeze that abdominal wall in together, we knit it together, and we come into like the hardest crunch you've ever been in as we relax our head down and we arch our backs up into a scaredy cat position, still putting as much energy as before in our hands and our feet to keep us stable. And you flow through your cat and your cow. As your breath goes in, you reach down, and it goes out, you pick it back up. Okay, perfect. Whew.